So please excuse my skin. I don't think it's been this bad since I was about 13. First of all, I don't really know what look I'm going to go for. I'm going to an event tonight, so it needs to be something quite glam. That's not a problem. They're all Makeup Revolution. It's these ones here, the Conceal and Define. Why is that so... There we go. Conceal and Define. This is the shade C5. The other shades I have are C1, which is a lot lighter. This is the colour of the C5. C1's a lot lighter. And I also bought the white one, so I'm going to try that. And it's probably going to be horrendous, but we'll give it a go. Okay, so I'm going to mix the concealers, the shade C1 and the CO, which is white, together. Sorry if I'm like not looking at the camera, my mirror's underneath the camera. And also excuse the state of my room because it's getting done up just now. Walls have just been painted. Don't worry, my room's not going to be this blue colour. This is what it was about 40 years ago. I always just pat, I don't know if it does anything, but that's what I do. And then underneath, I'm going to use white. Here, this would be really good for Halloween makeup. Like, oh, I hate the smell. Ugh, so bad. So yeah, I'm just going to do the same thing and I'm blending that in. Now, I'm taking the same brush because it does still have a little bit of that other concealer on it. I'm now using NYX Cosmetics HD Studio Photogenic eyeshadow base. I think NYX is French because like literally everything's in French. I don't know. Anyway, so it's this one here. This is a mini one. Why? The lighting is so bad. And I've got eyeshadow all over my hands. Great. So I'm just putting this all over my eye. There is a colour to it. Actually, I'm not putting it on my brow bone. I'm just, what is already on the brush, trying to put that over 2 eyes. And I'm just going to use my finger to blend all that in. And I'm just patting so that I get a full coverage. And don't worry if you've already like done your brows. Like, I try and not do my brows. I try and do my eye makeup, do a full face, lips, lip gloss and everything, and then do brows. But when I'm doing a full face, like, it's hard. It depends on the eye look. Because I always get asked, oh, do you do brows first or last, or like when do you do them? And I'm like, it really does just depend. When I'm doing someone's makeup, like when I'm doing a client, try and put this underneath as well if you've got any excess. How funny are the faces that you make when you're doing makeup? They actually make me crease. Excuse the pun. Okay, now moving on to eyeshadow. Now the palette that I'm using today for eyeshadow is a Be Perfect Cosmetics Carnival palette. It is the Stacey Marie like kind of collab with Be Perfect Cosmetics. There are, for anyone who hasn't seen this highlighting eyeshadow palette, I'll show you. There's 17 matte shades, there's 7 shimmers and there's 2 highlights. Well, you can use them as like an eyeshadow shimmer as well. So, oh, there's my TV. So, that's really annoying. How do we, right, there we go. So, these are the 2 highlighters, the Sinner and the Saint. Sinner is the best one, just saying. So I'm going in with this shade here. It's basic, it's well loved, so this shade here. And I'm going in with my e.l.f. Cosmetics brush. The name has rubbed off. I really don't know what that's called. I'm sorry, I don't know the name of it. But it's just like a dense, fluffy brush. So I'm just putting this right in my crease. I'm stamping it. And what I do is I stamp. I'll come closer. I stamp and then I like twist. And you get a lot of pigment. But I do this, like this does take me a while. So stamp and twist. Stamp and twist. And it doesn't matter if it goes quite high because this is like the shade that I'm wanting kind of all over.
I'm going to try to do this as quick as I can. I'm wanting to bring it quite far into my eye as well. So it should kind of look like a circle. Not a circle, but you know what I mean. Follow your crease. Baby G, follow that crease. And if you feel like you're putting on, you're not getting a lot of pigment, twist it, pat it, do whatever. Do not brush it on. Because you're just going to completely blend it away to nothing.
Using the same palette, this one here, it's called Lit. That's lit. I think you look so funny when you're doing your makeup, like, I look terrifying, and I love it. Oh, a bit of fallout. Using an even bigger brush. These brushes that I've just used, sorry I forgot to say, are MSQ. They don't have names, they're just super fluffy. So the one I use for the orange is quite small, super fluffy, and yep, exact same except bigger. I'm now using this shade here, which is called Shuffle. And I'm using the tiniest little bit, like you can't even see that. And I'm just using this to blend the orange into my brow. So you shouldn't really be able to see it. It's just so that it's not orange and in my brow bone. And this shade here called Rowdy, it's just like a kind of chocolate brown. Make sure always tap off, get the excess off. And I'm just tapping that on again. Slightly pushing it into the brown that we first put on. And soon you should see all these kind of warping into each other. So already that's darker and I've put the tiniest bit on. This is e.l.f. Cosmetics crease brush. These are £3. I think I've got maybe like 5 or 6 of these because they are so good. They're a brush that I use on every client. And obviously I've got like 5-6 people booked in a day. I can't use the same brush. Obviously I can clean them, but it's good to just have a backup that you can just use straight away. You don't need to worry about, oh god, I can't use that, I've not cleaned that. Because see, when you're back to back, you don't really have time to be cleaning your full kit. I try and give myself time in between clients to clean my brushes, but it's difficult. It's hard. Going back in with the same orange Lit from the Stacey Marie palette, and it's the same brush that I used the last time. And I'm just try to intensify that orange. God, I hope this looks good on camera because it looks heavy nice in person. What is everyone doing this weekend? It's my birthday on Saturday. It's my birthday! Every time I think, oh, it's someone's birthday, I think of that wee video, well, Vine, rip to Vine, those were the days, man. I think of that wee girl, Raven, and her mum goes, "Happy birthday, Raven," and she goes, "Okay, swim." I think that's absolutely amazing. So funny. Right, my eyes always look different because I think I've got two completely different eye shapes, but it's fine. Going back in with the dark brown that we had just to darken that even more. I've not put any more product on, it's just what's on the brush. I am now going to cut my crease. Wish me luck. I'm using the exact same concealer brush that I used at the start. I always put my concealer on the brush rather than the back of my hand when I'm doing it on myself. When I'm doing it on a client, always in the back of my hand. Don't know why. Right, why am I using that mirror? So I put a dot in the middle. I'm wanting this cut crease to be from right in the corner. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pat that on. This is the bit that takes the most time. I look like I'm having a pure twitch in my eye, but that's how you get a good cut crease. Look up the way. So put it on, go like that and look up, and it basically sits where your crease is and you don't need to worry about, oh wow, I've got way too much on that. And it just goes right up here where my crease should go. Sorry, I'm so quiet when I do this. So I'm just taking the hard kind of brush that I used at first, the one I don't remember the name of, in the shade Basic from the Stacey Marie palette. So that's like the lighter brown. This one, I'm watching her for Christmas, by the way, guys. Hey! So I'm just putting this at the very edge. I'm just going in with the same brush. No extra product, just literally pushing that in. So you see it kind of blends the outer of your eyeshadow in with your crease. I look terrifying right now, but I promise you I'm going to look so good. I mean, I better look good. If I don't, I think I'll probably cry. Because I need to look good tonight. Haven't even told you where I'm going. Going to a Vivienne Westwood event in Princess Square in Glasgow. Oh, I don't know if I want to put orange on there. Again, same brush, same orange. Just blending it all. Yeah, I'm going to a Vivienne Westwood event in Princess Square in Glasgow. Just got invited a couple of weeks ago. Last week, 2 weeks ago. Don't even know when it was. But yeah, I'm so excited. You get like a wee goodie bag and you get like food and drinks and stuff. And you get a discount. That's what I'm most excited for. Cause anybody who knows me knows that Vivienne Westwood is my thing. So again, I'm doing the exact same thing with the orange shade that I done with the brown. Patting it on. So pat, 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 pat. Pushing it on. This is a Real Techniques brush. I don't know, my brushes are so old they don't even have names anymore, like they just rub off. But it's just, I think they actually call it the concealer brush. They all look bogging and I don't even know how, they're all clean. Anyway, the pigments that I'm going to use are the Helen E Cosmetics Shimmer Eye Powder in the shade 2, which is this like kind of opaly white, it's a pearl pigment. And I'm also going to use Peaches and, is it Peaches and Cream? Is it Peaches and Cream or is it just Peaches? I feel like they've changed the name. I think they have. Anyway, you all know who I'm talking about. It's the Loose Eye Shadow. It's a pigment in the shade Hollywood. Wow. Also, do you like my nails? Got my nails on today. This is honestly the best pigment I've ever used in my life. You can't really see it that well. Why is the lighting so bad? Anyway, it's just really, really shimmery. Once I put these on, you're going to be shook. So obviously the eye that I done off camera turned out better than the one that I did film. Annoying, but I just wanted to say that I ended up mixing the two pigments together. I forgot to say that. One looks way better than the other. So I'm just taking this orange and just patting it on over, and it just gives you like a kind of warm gold rather than it being like your eyeshadow and your pigment. It just kind of blends and then it looks like a kind of darker goldy shimmer. Okay, so now that I've left my lashes to dry, I'm going to, this is so difficult, right, I'm going to keep my eye open and get them as close to the lash line as possible. Wiggle them about till you find where you want them to go. How easy is that? So we're now going to do underneath our eyes. I'm using the same palette again, nice and boring, using the shade Rowdy, which is a dark brown, and I'm just going, I've actually got pigment on my face, right, do you know what, it's fine. Sorry, keep forgetting that you guys are watching. For right in my lash line, I'm now using the palette 35p by, is it Morphe or Morphe? I say Morphe palette, Morphe? I don't even know what I say. Anyway, yeah, I've had this for a long time. There's stickers and everything stuck to it. So I'm just using the black. You can use any black, but I feel like the Morphe black's quite good. I'm just going right in my lash line. So just right on my lash line. I hate this bit, it's so uncomfortable. Sorry, I need to like properly tilt my head down. Oh, it's in my... But it's okay. And I'm putting it right in my inner corner. Oh, that looks dead gungy. I think I'm going to add some purple in. So I'm taking the shade Liquor in the Stacey Marie palette, and it is this one here. And I'm just going to put it right on the very edge. And I'm then going to use the big fluffy brush that I used for the orange. Just going to clean it a little bit because I don't really want a lot of product on it. I'm just going to use it to blend it all. I'm just using tiny wee strokes, not dragging it down, nothing. I'm just wiggling my brush in the hope that it all blends. I'm just going to put this mascara on my bottom lashes. Concealer that I'm going to use now is the exact same one as the Conceal and Define in the shade C1. I'm running very low on this, so I'm just going to use the tiniest little bit. And I'm taking a big fluffy brush. Pretty Little Thing PLT Brow Gel. There's no shade, this is the only colour that they have. And it's like a dark brown. It's basically like Gimme Brow. But be careful because it is super dark. super dark. I usually use moisturiser, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a tiny bit on. This is a really hydrating moisturiser. It's Palmer's Cocoa Butter formula. It's got vitamin E in it. So it's for daily moisturising, so it can be used under your makeup. That's usually what I do. And then when I come home from work or whatever it is that I am, wash my face, put the tiniest bit on before I go to my bed. So apparently it softens, smooths and relieves rough and dry skin. And it smooths marks and tones. So I've been using it on my skin and I feel like it's kinda... It was getting rid of my acne pigment, and then I don't know what happened. So yeah, this one here, it's just a wee mini one. I got this for £1. I think it was in Semichem. No, Superdrug. I think it was Superdrug. Today I'm using Maybelline Super Stay. Don't know what shade though. I'm thinking the darker one, mixed with a little bit of the lighter one. Yeah. The shades that I'm using are 48 Sun Beige, which is the darker one, and 30 Sand. I got 3 for £2 a while ago in Superdrug. Don't know if they still are doing that, but it's worth a shot. So I'm just putting a couple of pumps on. Oh. Then I'm using my finger to just spread it across my face. Don't have to worry too much about where I've put concealer because that's already pretty much covered. And I do want that to be slightly lighter than the rest of my face. The brush that I'm using to blend all this in is the Real Techniques by Sam and Nick. It's like this is the limited edition one, and it's the stippling brush. It was used yesterday, so it's bogging. And I'm just using circular motions to blend. I always pull my ear and blend right in my ear because I absolutely hate when people's foundation doesn't blend in to like their ears or their neck, things like that. So I'm literally just patting it and dragging it. Like, I'm not like sweeping it, I'm just patting and dragging. Patting, it sounds like I'm saying patting the dragon. I'm stroking the dragon. Okay, so now my favourite part. I am using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit in the shade Light to Medium. To powder under my eyes, I'm using the shade Banana and Sand. They're just, hold on my chin. And use any brush for this, like whatever you use to put your powder on. I use this one here because there's hair stuck to it and everything. It's angled. Look at, how is this dirty? I've literally just cleaned this. Anyway, so it does actually have like a slight angle to it. Like, it's like quite pointed at the tip, so I feel like it's quite good for getting like right under your eye. So yeah, right now I'm just using the shade Banana. I'm not even using a mirror, I'm using my camera, and I should probably use a mirror. I'm using this shade here, which looks so orange, and I promise it's not. It's called Havana. And I basically pull my hair and get right on the cheekbone, and I do the tiniest little strokes. So you can see it building up. And I like it to come quite high because I feel like that properly like structures your cheekbones. I'm now going right into the hairline. Sorry, I'm like so engrossed in Matilda. I'm going right round the hairline. I'm just going to do this half just now to show you. And then go right on my jaw. Getting that chiseled jaw look. I do this. You can use a small brush, but I usually pinch the brush and do this. Make sure it's a bit bigger. For down the bridge of my nose, I'm using this shade here, which is Fawn, just because it's slightly lighter. And in the middle of my face, I don't like it to be too orange, believe it or not. And I try and bring that into my brow. Make sure nose looks so slimming. Look at that, stunning. I don't put anything on the bottom of my nose. By the way, I'm not saying that this is how everybody should contour their face, because everybody has different face shapes, but that's basically just how I do it. So I'm going to finish off the other half of my face. Like, look at the difference. I'm like a pure ball face and then chiseled. So I'm going to quickly finish off this side of my face. For highlight, I'm using the W7 Beam Me Up Liquid Illuminator. I never used to believe in liquid illuminators, but it's the tiniest wee dot is all you need. Wait till you see this, just wait. Yours are going to be shook to the core. So I'm just taking my tiny wee mirror, and I'm just going to use my finger, and I'm just slightly pressing. Look at that. I think that cost me £3. So good. So I'm putting the tiniest bit on my nose, you can't even see it, and slightly, whatever's left, I'm bringing it right up the bridge of my nose, but I'm not actually putting anything on my nose, it's just whatever's left over. And I'm then using my finger just to press all that in. If you've got any extra, that's fine. Wipe it away in a towel. That says my name, how cute is that? Obviously it's upside down, right? Beth. It's my wee makeup towel. Always handy to have in your kit, just in case. You never know what's going to happen. So yeah, I usually just bring it up in like a kind of curved shape down the side of my eye. Boom. I put too much on this side, so I was just kind of letting it dry before I bring it right up the side. And there we go. Don't worry about it not blending in, because you don't have to worry about that. We're going to deal with that in a second. Look at that. You could wear that on its own. Like, that is amazing, and that's one dot on each cheek. You could actually probably get away with using one dot on both. So I'm now using my all-time favourite highlighting palette. Is the Techniques Cosmetics Mega Glow palette. The shades don't have names, unfortunately, but I'm using... Right, hold on. I need to make it darker so you can actually see. this shade here, which is like a proper champagne gold, and this one here, which is a rose gold. Oh, you can see it better now the light hits it. So yeah, I mixed the two of them together. So I'm using e.l.f. Cosmetics highlighting brush. It's just a highlighting brush. You can use anything really. I usually use so I'm mixing them two shades together. Sorry, I forgot to say that. So I usually use an eyeshadow brush. Look at that. That's literally me doing this. The lightest bit of pressure. Oh, it's not normal how that makes me feel. Like, look at that. Okay, I'm back. I had to go and sharpen my pencil. So, why am I so... honestly, I'm so clumsy today. I don't even know what is going on. Right, the pencil that I'm using is the Rimmel London Lasting Finish 1000 Kisses lip pencil in the shade 047 Cappuccino. It's just a kind of purpley nude. I absolutely love it. It's like total 90s vibe. So to line my lips, I just stick with what's already there. Now on to my favourite lipstick in the world. It is the MAC Jamie Genevieve lipstick in the shade Jamie Genevieve, obviously. So yeah, just kind of cool, neutral. That's not even a word. Neutral. Natural. I've just realised something. Do you want to know what I've just realised? I have not contoured this side of my nose. I'm looking at my nose going, why does that look like that? So I'm now going to put on a gloss, which is the PS My Perfect Nude Nourishing Lip Gloss in the shade Barely Nude. It's got shea butter and vitamin E in it, and it's by Primark. Primark number. Got it for 50p. Oh, got hiccups again. So I put it all over generously in the middle of my lips, and then just slightly blending it in. You don't want to put it all over because then it's just going to look weird on top of your lip liner. So yeah, all done. I'm obviously going to go away, do my hair, get changed. First I need to take it all out looking like this and my gym stuff, so that's great. But yeah, once I come back, I'll have my hair all done. I think I'm just going to straighten it up. I'm not really that fussed about doing anything with it because I always really wear it curly when I'm going out, so I have it nice and straight. So yeah, I'll see you guys very soon. So I'm just home from the Vivienne Westwood event. Wow, you got money off. My mum got me stuff for my Christmas. I spilt makeup all over my jumper, but it's fine. Bye, I love you.